Hello and welcome to Smells Like 90s Rock, the Sleepy Time edition. This is, we have a playlist complete of songs related to Sleepy Time, because that's what Shiela had last week was Sleepy Time. We've got, I found even more Sleepy Time songs after you all sent your suggestions in, so it's a sleepy kind of night.
Yeah, it is. So, I mean, it's an honor of my continuous state of exhaustion. So, as our listeners know, because remember, radio is not a visual medium.
That's P.O.R.C's catchphrase. Don't steal things.
He didn't catch me.
Don't steal things.
I don't care. I didn't copyright it.
You could have.
Who cares?
You chose.
I'm gonna die anyway.
Oh, stop! It's not that bad. It's bad, but it's not that bad.
So I wasn't here last week, and for our long-time listeners, they know that I miss the show from time to time because I literally don't wake up, and that I have been very candid with my constant state of exhaustion that I live in.
It happens, yeah.
So I finally had to get a sleep study for narcolepsy. So I guess during this break we will just talk about the pre-narcolepsy study, which meant that I had to get a COVID test. Now...
Yeah, how was that?
They shove it in your nose, don't they?
First of all, I want to say that both of you are a-holes.
Why?
And I kind of hate you.
Okay.
Because I asked, does it hurt?
It didn't hurt me. It didn't hurt me.
It
didn't hurt me.
You guys are extreme a-holes.
It wasn't comfortable, but it didn't hurt.
No, I'm going to tell our listeners the truth, because nobody's telling anybody the truth about the COVID test.
Fake news, okay.
First of all, it is not a cotton swab that they shove up your nose.
That's what they did for me.
It's actually this wire Brillo brush.
What, really? No, they did. They just took a real when they do the throat swab. They just did a long cut, Q-tip. Thank you, and up my nose. What kind of horrible test did you get?
What did you get done, P.O.R.C?
Cotton swab, a Q-tip.
Yeah.
No, it is not that.
You got the medieval cotton swab.
You know what she got? She got the Shiela treatment, because no matter what doctor she goes to, it's always horse manure.
It's a wire brush with a little tiny Brillo brush at the end. And so it doesn't look that big. It really doesn't. Did he punch
you in the face too?
And so they put it up your nose so far that it feels like they're touching your brain. And they move it, they scrub with that little brush inside your sinus.
Oh my God.
Longer than you can imagine. And then...
That sounds horrible.
And so, at this point, when they're in the one that has, on the side of my face that has a sinus cavity, they're up there, my eyes are watering, I'm gagging, because it's about to, take my brain and put it down my throat.
I've seen movies on the internet like that.
And I finally kind of scream out, because when will this end? I don't know how long it was, but it felt like he was there forever. And then he's like, oh, I know that's bad. He's like, gives me a tissue because my eyes are just overflowing. And I'm gagging, like dry heaving. And then he's like, and now we have to do the other side.
I'm like, oh, it's okay, I don't have a cavity on that side.
But that didn't hurt as much, because they couldn't reach my brain. They just hit the bone. And so when they're done, I'd have to blow my nose, and my nose is bleeding. So... The COVID test is serious. Like,
Well-
when they did that, I immediately thought there was no way P.O.R.C did this to himself.
No.
If you told me you drove up and you did it yourself, I was like,
Yeah.
there's no way. Because you would have stopped before you reached your brain. Because you can't handle it. Like, it's not humanly possible. I felt like a mummy. Like, you know how in grade school the only thing you really take away from the Egyptians is that when they mummified people, they put the hook up their nose and pulled out their brain?
Yeah.
That's what I felt like with the COVID test.
I feel like you didn't go to a doctor.
Yeah, that was kind of what I was sitting here thinking. Like, did you go to like a medieval barber or something? And did they do
Like,
this
was
for
this a
you?
doctor's office, or
Yeah.
was this like a gas station?
I went to the UT Medical COVID Center.
Were there people with no shirts on saying this won't hurt a bit or anything like that? Or did you go into a back alley?
They were all cheery and happy.
Was this on?
And one of the girls
did you get this
said
done on the
they're working
fairgrounds?
They're working in the wellness center, and I asked one of the girls, I said, so does it hurt? Before I went in, she was like, well, some people think it does, and other people think it doesn't. Depends on your tolerance of pain. And I know I have a pretty high tolerance of pain, so I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, did it hurt you? She's like, I've never had one.
Okay.
How? How can you be working in the COVID wellness tent and not have had the test? Because first of all, you would have known about the Brillo brush.
Well, I'm sorry for that, because when I went to get mine done, not only see P.O.R.C even had to do his own. I didn't have to do my own. They came to the car and they had a Q-tip about this long, and just the fuzzy end, just the cotton end went up to about right here. And they dug around a little bit, and then they came back out. And then they went and got another one and did the other nostril, and that was the end of it. It was uncomfortable. My nose burned a little bit, and my eyes watered just a tad, but I was over it within the next few minutes. It was really not that big a deal for me.
My nose bled. That is what happens when it's scrubbed on the inside with a Brillo.
Okay.
And the thing is, it's so much smaller than a cotton swab. It looks so intimidating. But it's the wire, so they can go even further up and touch your brain.
That's very unsettling. That's very unsettling. And, again, you got screwed. You always get screwed whenever you go to a doctor's office. That's why I highly recommend you stop and just use like ointments and snake oil stuff like the My Pillow guy tells you to do.
I really think I will. I know next time, if I have to get another COVID test, I'm coming to Baby J's CVS, and I am going through the drive-through and give me the cotton swab, and I will do it myself.
That's what you needed to do to begin with.
Well, I couldn't, because for my sleep test, I had to have the high test.
The specific, yeah.
3-day
It had to be done on
test.
site. It had to be done on
Yeah.
site. Okay.
And
Well,
Did you at least get to like call them names after they took it out?
did they
I couldn't, because like the blood in the back of my throat and the eyes watering were like my biggest, and then the dry heat.
Did you have a safe word? Did you get paid for having this done to you?
I should have.
Yeah.
I should have.